Good morning. I have incredible news.
That's right. It's Midnight's Edge After Dark. It's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. I'm, of course, your narrator, Mr. Rob Robot Show. Coming to you from a frigid, chilly, shabby road studios. On today's show, Disney Plus. Disney Plus and more Disney Plus. How do you get The Simpsons wrong? We're going to find out. Charlie's Angels is headed for a flop. And tonight is the Country Music Awards, but who really cares? We don't give a shit. Country Music Awards.
Hey, you know I live right outside of Nashville, right?
You do?
Yeah. Although,
yeah, we're
to be honest, I don't give a crap, so it's all right.
Okay. We're very excited about the Country Music Awards. I'm, of course, narrator, Mr. Rob Robot Shlomo. Once again, with me is Mr. Tom Connors.
Hello.
And joining us once again, because it's Wednesday, is the ruler of the mighty nation of Kurdistan, Mr. Michael J. Crawford, the Anti-Trekker.
Hey, everybody, good to be here as always. And yeah, let's talk about some Disney Plus.
And last but not least, your favorite YouTube Harvey. She's an Emmy, an ESPY, a Tony, a Grammy, a Mammy, a BAFTA, a PhD, an MA, a BA, a DDS.
A Nobel Peace Prize, but they ended up giving it. She gave it back because she didn't want to be peaceful.
Peace is for wimps and hippies.
Miss
Peace is
Macarano.
for guitar. I don't know.
Is that a new shirt?
Not too new. It's newish.
I don't think I've ever seen
It's
it.
not super low cut, but it's one. It's a not a good stream shirt because it's see through.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. So.
I mean, it's a great stream shirt because it's see through.
Great stream shirt. We got some super chats already, Rob.
Before we start, we have to throw a special shout out to Bird of Prey 5. It is his 41st birthday.
That's what I was told. And not only that, congratulations on coming out, as a little bird told me.
Yes, very impressive. He came out on his live stream within the last hour, so it's very exciting. So congratulations, Bird. 41st. And by the way, he actually, and this is absolutely true, he came out on the phone with his grandmother on a live stream on his 41st birthday. It was beautiful. I was
Crazy. Boom.
he came out all right.
Phrasing.
So,
he happened to send us a $2 super chat as well, Rob.
That's right.
Now he probably wishes he hadn't. Dirty motherfuckers, choke on that $2.
And I will tell you, though, in all seriousness, for just a second before you read the super chat, if you like just having fun on a live stream, I mean, Bird is hilarious to watch, and I mean that in all sincerity. You should check out his channel if you get a chance. Bird O Prey 5.
Bird O Prey 5.
Yeah,
that's right. All right. Well, anyway, we got more super chats though. Time you said.
Yes, as always, Sister Harrow coming through like a trooper with $2 Australian. That's and right. I think we're caught up then for now. Even with my little outburst there, I'm sure we'll be demonetized now. So,
Sister Harrow, you're Australian. Recommend me a good Australian beer that I can get in here in the States.
Doesn't everybody in Australia drink Foster's?
I've been told no, they don't.
No. Okay.
So, I would like to try some Australian beer because I got to figure. Like Vicini said, Australia is peopled entirely by criminals. So,
Foster's Australian for dirt shit. At least that's what I've heard.
Natasha Cloutier is from in the chat. She's lives in the Netherlands.
She guys Foster's is
she would be happy to know I do enjoy a good Grolsch lager. So that's just good Dutch beer. So anyway, All right, what do we got? What do we got in news? Sister Harold, don't drink beer. Cocktails. Phrasing.
Well, let's start off with the big news, The Mandalorian. Why not that? We all watched it.
Yeah.
What did we think of it? Let's start with the anti-trekker since he's right directly to my left here.
Sure.
What did you think of the show?
I absolutely gave it a 100% 5 out of 10. It was not good. It was not bad. It was just there. It was beautiful to look at. I mean, it looked like a Star Wars. I mean, it was pretty impressive for a stream service show, but there was zero character development. There was zero story development. By the end of it, the only thing we got to see was a guy do his job for a couple of days. And then, oh, surprise, surprise, look at his latest mark, the end. And it's like, I was thoroughly unimpressed, but I was not offended by anything. So 5 out of 10, nothing good, nothing bad.
All right. Rob.
I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that's it. I'm waiting, really. And for all the people who said, it's like, oh, Rob sounds dumb. You got to whine. You're whining. A lot of people, everyone who said, I read the comments. Oh, I read the comments. I read the comments on the live streams. Okay. For the people who say, oh, you're whining. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to just accept anything they shovel to me. Okay. You know, that, something is gonna, I really do think something's gonna go wrong. There's gonna be something. There's gonna be some plot point where we're gonna say, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Like I said, I'm just waiting for it. If it looks too good to be true, it usually is.
Phrasing, boom.
That's right.
Mecca.
I hated every minute I was watching it. I just, from trying to watch it from, let's see, it was a boring slog of, hey, remember this is sort of like Star Wars, but not. Hey, here's a whole bunch of characters you don't know who kind of are like Star Wars characters. I was in a mood anyway, because like it looked kind of meh, but by the trailer, and I didn't want to watch it, and people kept kind of demanding I watch it. You know, and of course then the animal stuff really got to me yesterday, because I was just in a mood anyway, and like anything that was going to bother me bothered me a million times more. What else? Oh, the salacious crumb roasting on an open fire, while being watched by another one who knows and is aware he's going to be eaten like food. That one I didn't like too much. I did not like that. I absolutely hated having to watch that.
That was the original version of the Christmas song. Salacious crumb roasting on an open fire.
I didn't like that. I thought it was cute as a kid. I don't want to see him.
Well, you know, the original one roasted too on Jabba's bars.
I know. I just like, I don't like seeing that.
I don't understand what's your problem with that. Salacious crumb, it's supposed to be funny to see him get abused.
I know, but I didn't like seeing that.
Yeah,
well,
you
I also
better,
didn't like them punching the lizard horse in the eye. I'm like, bite that fucker's arm off. I didn't like the dude. I didn't like it was like just one thing that annoyed me after the next, and then the end, baby fucking Yoda being the cutest goddamn thing ever. So of course now I have to watch the next one.
No. Funko Pop Yoda.
You can be
TM.
He's so cute. He's a little face. So yeah, and keep in mind, I went in watching this, remembering the last year of being called a basement-dwelling cousin humper, and being called, an ist and a phobe, and having Pablo Hidalgo call me Mecha Troll Face. So yeah, fuck Star Wars and the Mandalorian. So
I just thought of like George Foreman roast them putting salacious crumb.
I'm George Foreman. Do you have a salacious crumb in your house? Throw it on my grill.
That motherfucker up and fry it good.
Funny. I can give you that it's funny. I was just so pissed off anyway going into it.
No, I get it. I know you got like your you have your PETA card thing filled out, but you just haven't sent it in yet. I get it. That's where Mecca's at. With that, it's understandable. She loves animals. We can't fault her for that.
I cried when I accidentally hit the punch button with Mr. Horsey Face on Red Dead 2. Okay, and I had to reload my save, and then it wasn't even this. He didn't remember, but I still remembered, and I still felt bad.
I'm sorry, I still want George Foreman. Now, George, tell me the advantages of cooking salacious crumb on the George Foreman grill.
Well, I'll tell you, the best part of it is that all the juices get sucked out, put into the tray, and you can drink it right on down. Them good juice.
That's a good juice right there.
And the best part is it's fat free.
Is that right, George?
That is correct. Now, somebody tell me that don't look like the Funko Pop Yoda, please.
Yeah, it does. Can we do a split screen?
I did both of them, but no, I just lost them. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
You won't put
fine.
Yoda on my grill, I'll tell you. And them Yodas, they're dry.
They're dry.
It's dry and meat's all gamey. You put
They're
salacious.
old. You gotta get them young. You gotta get them young. You gotta get them young. I like to wrap my bacon in salacious bee crumbs. There's Baby Yoda. I can't. Yeah, let me
No,
Well,
with a little face.
see. I get the other one open again here.
it's 50 years old. Like, well, different species age at different rates.
It's so cute. Oh.
Good to the last crumb.
Now, if you could actually, if you dice up some salacious crumb, toss in some Yoda bits, and then, mix in a couple of porgs, you got a pretty nice Star Wars stew right there.
That's a
And
good.
then mix and whip, stir, stir, stir. Oh, sorry, holiday special.
Oh.
We're off the rails already.
Oh, yes, we are.
I mean, come on. I can't be the only person who, when Chewbacca was about to sink his teeth into that porg, was thinking that looks really good.
It did. It looked like Becky gets upset when she thinks of pork on the stick.
Mm-hmm. They're so cute.
We're going to cook the porg.
I'm like, give me some pulled pork sandwich here. Come on.
But
With
they're so
chips.
cute.
Kill it and eat it.
Today we'll be cooking a fresh pork. And when you pluck your pork, you want to make sure the feathers all come out and make sure you gouge your eyes out really like that.
You don't want them exploding in the oven. It's a hell of a mess.
But when you're making your porg, you need some color, so you chop up a Yoda, get some greens in there.
You're obsessed with chopping up Yodas.
I'm telling you,
I'm
those
convinced they
ears-
probably are tough.
No, but you see, that's why with the Yoda bits, you just choose the ears. The rest you throw away, and so you just dice the ears, and they make a really nice, like leafy
Shark fin
greens to float in your soup.
Is that why Yoda was making soup?
Yeah.
Good food. Good
How you get so big eating things that are not ears?
Yeah, like he's sitting there like eating his fucking mozzarella stick, and he's like, "What is this crap?"
Natasha flambe those fuckers, yeah. Pork flambe. Good food.
It's probably fucking snake soup or some shit. He's probably making.
Why do you think
You notice
you only see
Yoda
one
doesn't eat any of it. He makes Luke eat it. He's probably like, only if he knew what I put in that soup. Probably like bat shit and
No, that was the pot he took a crap in. That's the thing. That was his toilet.
he thought he was cooking, right?
That's why he's laughing.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why he's laughing.
I mean, you could just see like 5 minutes before that scene, Yoda was sitting on that pot.
Yoda did nothing but fuck with Luke.
I know.
I mean, that was why I fell in love with the character to begin with. But
Maybe this is Yoda reincarnated. Maybe you're reincarnated through the Force. It's like, oh, where's that Skywalker? Where's that bastard Skywalker? Oh, fresh pranks. I shall pull on him. It's just like,
well, this is going to be a goofy little shit. and it's gonna make us laugh. That part's gonna be, but like the not Boba Fett is gonna find out he's like force sensitive and all that shit, and he's like, I thought the Jedi were all dead.
Well, the crib was hovering, but you know, I
Right.
kind of figured that that could either be just regular hover technology that they have. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and assume that since we've hardly seen any of Yoda's species other than Yoda, and if you want to follow what other EU or whatever one was in Phantom Menace, if they're even considered the same species, that chances are they're very force sensitive or even possibly created by the Force.
Yeah. And that's why Yoda was always like considered the highest Jedi or the best
Exactly.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's kind of
by my size, do you?
And that's why he was always cool too, because
You know
he
what's
was
weird?
mysterious.
When I was a kid, I didn't think Yoda was like a different species. I thought he was human, but since he was that old,
Since he was 900 years old.
yeah, he just looked like that because he was that old.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I just assumed he was a person, but since he was so strong with the Force and lived this long,
That's
he
kind of
was
what I
just
thought.
old
Too.
and
I thought
decrepit. Yeah,
he was a 90-year-old person who had just shrunk down. Because I had family members that shrunk when they got old.
I'm
And
shrinking
because-
900 years.
Yeah, so yeah, and like he said, 900 years old, you age look this good, you will not. So I'm thinking, okay, so if you're strong enough with the Force, you live for a very long time.
That was my assumption too. Yeah,
Yeah, and so, but Yoda had lived so long that he'd shrunk down to nothing.
that made sense to me.
The little face. Look at their little face.
Plus, he liked to crap in a pot and feed it to Luke. Best thing ever.
This is why people hate it.
Nobody's going to be able to watch The Empire Strikes Back the same again,
What's funny is
Luke is like, ugh, what is this? When he sips it.
What's funny is he probably sat there every single day watching out his little window. Sitting in his pot and cooking it every day, just waiting for the day the stupid Skywalker kid shows up so he can fuck with him and have something to do.
This was a long time that I watched.
Years. 20 years, yeah.
Sitting on this pot thinking of you. Oh, yes, big pot. Good food, yes.
Oh, much fiber I eat in preparation for his arrival.
Well, they hated their dad, so what's going to make him think his kids are going to be any better?
Yeah. See, this is why the new trilogy doesn't make any sense. They're trying to they're trying to cheapen the Force by saying fucking anybody can have it now. And it felt like it was a special thing. Han Solo didn't have the Force, but Luke did. Leia had a little tiny bit of it. She could sense things, That's how they establish stuff. It just cheapens it to see what they're doing now.
To a point. To me,
And I want to see myself on screen.
I felt the Force
I don't.
kind of got ruined when midichlorians were brought into the mix.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But they kind of quickly ignored that.
To a point. I mean, well, the thing is with me, the Force, the reason it worked so well in the original films, and I've said this before, is because of the simplicity of it all. There was very simple rules. You could do very specific things. You could kind of telecommunicate. You could kind of lift rocks. Stuff like that.
It really is all about lifting rocks.
You could just get the sense of that of someone. I mean, it really wasn't even telecommunicating, because Leia just knew Luke was in trouble. She just knew where he was, and that was it.
Well, yeah, because he was reaching out to her. But I mean, and you can see it both ways. Now you could look at it and go, oh, well, because she was force sensitive. Well, that's why she heard it. Well, no, it was just because he was reaching out to her too at the time. Because actually, Luke had a different twin sister we hadn't met yet. That was the plan. But anyway, because they were still thinking about the love triangle then.
Well, I just looked at Yoda species is listed as Lannic.
Lannic?
Lannic, yeah.
Never
We
heard
have
of it.
massive species listed as Lannic.
Well, you're not a real Star Wars fan because you don't know every detail about blah,
No.
blah.
I know he looks like this.
See, here's the thing. Like,
It's like Grover.
female fans have to prove they know every little detail on some of these things, or else they're not considered real fans. It's like I don't remember half this crap.
Well, shit, the original, the
They
Fregoff.
change it all the time too.
Krakow Felger Crab says there were Skywalker triplets. Here's the thing: the original version of Star Wars, and I'm kind of working on something about this right now. Lucas had no big, huge plan like he says he did. Originally, Luke Skywalker was more like an Obi-Wan character, and shit changed so much. You know who the first character was he created? Mace Windu.
Mace Windu.
Yep.
I thought it was gonna be Elvis Presley.
Dun-dun-dun. Oh, yeah, he's kind of like Elvis. Give him a pompadour.
I'll tell you, I got that badass Jedi power. I'm gonna go use the Force on all that, mama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Emperor, you done brought up your last peanut butter banana sandwich.
How about a penis and banana sandwich? Uh-huh.
Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now. Fry pogo, golf, don't you?
Hunga.
A hunka burning pork.
got a little blood pork. Put it on my plate.
Oh shit. So yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give it a chance, but I think I'm kind of in the Rob realm where I'm like, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop or the rug to be pulled out, or I know this is somehow gonna tie in with the Rise of Skywalker. And I was talking to Gary off a show, outside of a show last night, actually, just personally, just talking to him like people do, and we were talking about it. We kind of shared the similar kind of distinction that this is probably a female version of Yoda's species. She's going to be super force powerful. She's going to be the key to everything, and it's going to tie into Rise of Skywalker. Blah, 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 because dice.
Ugh.
Oh, now look. Now I got to show you something here.
So that's the secret Skywalker they're talking about.
So
Luke and Yoda got it on.
oh no,
And maybe Leia did.
no. All you got to do, and this is like, let's see. Can we
Force Ghost Yoda forced himself upon Leia? Is that what you're saying? You'll just feel a tickle.
Now, can we get away with showing about 5 seconds of Empire Strikes Back?
Perhaps.
All right. So
Share it, yeah.
okay. So let's see. Okay, so you can see right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is Luke reaching into the pot. Okay. Watch Luke's face. Okay, I'm not no audio. I don't have the audio on, but just watch Luke's face. So he's scooping it out. There's the Yoda crap. He's putting in the bowl. Let's take a taste. Oh God, what is that?
Yoda is just like, so stupid is he.
Oh, going to fuck with him, I am.
So there's the proof right there.
He ate the poop. Him and Obi-Wan are sitting there as Force Ghosts.
What?
And then he ate it.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's like, you're kidding. You got him to eat it.
The whole bowl.
No, what you don't know is that's actually the inspiration for the American Pie drinking the jizz scene, and it isn't poop at all.
Well, okay, all right.
And that's where this little baby comes from. Is
Oh God, he came out of Luke's belly.
I will say, if you've ever had something called rucodelab, that is some nasty bitter stuff. It's some kind of vegetable. It is terrible. I don't know why people eat it, but that was a staple growing up in my house every so often that you'd have rucodelab and beans. It's supposed to be good for you. I'm like, oh, it's got a lot of iron. I'm like, yeah, if I wanted iron, I'd eat a Buick. I mean, come on. So, perhaps that's a staple of his diet. I don't know, but you need to add garlic and lemon. No, nothing's gonna make me like rucodelab. I mean,
It doesn't even sound good.
There's rucodelab and there's broccoli rabe. Broccoli rabe has nothing to do with broccoli.
That makes no sense, and it's false advertising.
I know.
That's like calling it porg pizza and not having porg on it.
So anyway,
that was a porg joke.
Uh,
It was very porg.
Oh.
Anyway,
Okay.
speaking of Disney Plus,
coming up next on The Mandalorian.
Yeah, right. Hopefully they don't fuck it up. I know. We were whining, Rob. We're whiners.
We're whining.
No, here's the thing: is what we find out is that Yoda's species, their crap, is actually 100% midi-chlorians. That's why Luke became so powerful, because he ate Yoda's crap.
I met him in the swamp down in Dagobah, where he pooped all the time in a big old bowl.
You know what this means? It means Yoda is actually Nibbler from Futurama.
That's true.
Pretty much.
Send me all of your Nibbler things. I have a P.O. box.
Dark matter I will drop.
Nibbler's so cute. Nibbler's another one, like the little Yoda face. They're all so cute.
Class cruisers have failed.
Why does Nibbler wear a cape? just
Because he likes it.
Super.
Okay, I guess. Oh God.
All right. We have some Disney Plus now. For those who did get it yesterday, you probably had a shit ton of problems, as everybody else did, because everybody and their mother was signing up. And according to Disney, I think it was 10 million people signed up yesterday.
10 million, but is that counting the Verizon people?
I have no idea. Yeah. But regardless, they're still using the server, and that was causing crashes. And yeah. Let me see. Those were funny. I don't know if I can find them. But while you're getting the story ready, Rob, here.
Well, I have
to say, I think that there's some decent content on there. I know that a lot of people are dissing Disney Plus right now, but I watched a couple of old movies I've not seen before. You know, stupid stuff like historical stuff, even. Like, I've never watched Steamboat Willie. Everybody's seen the clip of Mickey Mouse at the controls of the steamboat whistling and said, oh, yeah, that's like the first Mickey Mouse cartoon. Has anybody actually watched the entire 7-minute short, Steamboat Willie? Because
I did yesterday.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So I think it's really cool having that now available.
There are parts of it, yes. I do feel like they're lacking, and I'm sure they're going to fill it up with more stuff. God, I can't find these. There was these really funny memes that people were making. It wouldn't connect.
I gotta ask: is the entire Fox Spider-Man series from the early '90s is that on Disney Plus?
I don't think there's any Spider-Man.
Yes, there's a shit ton of Spider-Man.
Oh,
pretty much every single Spider-Man except for the live-action series is on there.
Okay.
Every animated series from the original.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I wish the live-action Spider-Man was on there, but otherwise, all the stuff except for that is on there for Spider-Man. Everyone.
Well, in the Japanese one, of course.
Oh, and the Japanese one, yeah.
Is Futurama on there?
No. I think they're planning on Hulu for that.
Probably a little too adult, but
how long did Bender had Futurama DVD?
But then again, if they got Simpsons on there, it might not be far. See, I think a lot of what's not on there yet is because it's still contracted out to other places. Like that's the case with a couple of Star Wars movies, Solo and Last Jedi and stuff like that. God damn, I can't find those memes, but they're fucking hilarious because everybody's getting the cannot connect memes or the cannot connect pictures. Well, somebody did a bunch of memes of the cannot connect and had like a dead Ariel and a head mounted of the Lion King. This other shit is hilarious. But anywho, I do like that there's a lot of older cartoons on there. There's some of their stuff that's still not on there. Some of the stuff is not edited, as some people were scared of it being like Dumbo. But then again, we got yet another alteration to the Star Wars films, at least the first one so far we know of. I
haven't watched any Star Wars films. What they changed?
They added one quick line before Greedo and Han shoot first.
He say, and now I will shoot first.
He goes McLuclock or some shit like that. It's fucking stupid.
Something like that.
Malarkey is what it sounds like. Yeah, McClocky or something like he says. Yeah, it's some obvious swear word because they don't even subtitle it.
Come on.
It's some George Ed. I guarantee you it's George.
Yeah, McClunky. That they said. I read that George added it in like 2012 or so, whatever it was.
Well, a lot of those editions were made for the Blu-rays. This one single shot did not make it onto the Blu-ray though. Otherwise, the rest of the stuff is. Now I don't know why he did it after the fact. He's always tinkering with it. And for those of you who are wondering why Disney has not released the original versions of Star Wars, is because I guarantee you he either put a stipulation in there that they cannot, or because he's the director and producer, even though he sold it, he probably has some kind of say over that, because that's that law he fought for in Congress or whatever, is so that the films are protected, and the only versions that can be available are whatever he says. And Kathy's, the only thing she's ever said that she's stuck to her guns on with him is she said she wouldn't release the other versions because that's what now the versions that George wants. And you can believe that Disney wouldn't if they could make money on it, because you know they would.
Yeah, and the thing is, I would love to, because I would pay to see the if you've seen online, you can get the despecialized edition, of course.
Yeah, you can have a legal digital backup of the despecialized edition if you own the DVD, so it's not considered piracy.
Right, and I have that. I have the anti-cheese edit of the prequels, which actually the Phantom Menace anti-cheese edit is outstanding. It's actually a good movie. So if you haven't seen it, if you own a legal copy of the Phantom Menace, download the anti-cheese edit, and you will not be sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. I think I've seen the whole thing or bits of it. But yeah, so there's that. That's going on there. Now, I had a lot of times where it just would not play. Like it just would keep conking out on me. It would take a little bit sometimes for the HD to kick in. Now there's this whole business about The Simpsons. I guess we can jump on that, because this was something that was done when Fox was readying the show for FX and streaming. They did 2 different HD versions, and it seems that Disney decided to only go with the cropped versions of The Simpsons. I mean, I don't know if that you really need to read the story now that I've told the basics of it, but so a lot of people are upset about that.
Well, there's a lot of jokes that are missing. There's a lot of visual jokes that you don't get.
Oh yeah, that pisses me right off. Because I guess at least before there was the 4:3 version and the cropped version available, your choice. And when they would show them on FX, they were the cropped versions, of course. But Disney has only put on the cropped versions. After the outrage, I'm sure they'll put on the other versions, hopefully, but we'll see.
This is a 20-year-old argument about pan and scan versus widescreen.
Well, and it's the opposite now.
Yeah.
See, that's the sad part.
Exactly.
It all depends. I'm one of those where I don't care what aspect ratio it was in when it originally was done, as long as you present it to me in that aspect ratio.
Exactly. I'd rather have it as is.
Unless there's something.
I actually prefer the crop versions. But
I don't, because I feel like I'm boxed in, and because I know it's missing something, especially the earlier seasons. Because when I was a kid, I taped those and I watched those endlessly, especially like the first 3 seasons, probably 4 seasons, over and over and over. So I notice there's stuff missing.
Yeah. Well, that's how a lot of things do that. Like they did that with the Munsters when they put them on Nick at Night versus TBS, because TBS had them in their original thing, and then at least on DVD they put them back as they were originally, complete with all the racist comments and everything else that was in there. So,
well,
for the racism is what you're saying.
Well,
right.
Yeah.
At least they could have done is put not the cropped versions, but the squished versions on there, to where you could adjust it on your TV how you see fit.
Yes.
Because then if it's the squished version, well, then you can just add the pillar bars if you want to. Or if you're somebody who doesn't mind watching it squished, as long as you know you're seeing the whole picture, then fine. Or if you're somebody who wants to zoom in and block it off or whatever, it's already squished for you, whatever, like any trick or where, yeah, then everybody, it's a win-win-win.
Right.
In this situation, it's like a lose-lose-lose.
They should make both available. I mean, it's not like it would be that difficult to do.
No, and it wasn't before.
Right now, you put the Simpsons, and then you put the Simpsons in parentheses 4:3, and
pretty much. And I know it's kind of weird that Disney would do this, because all their classic shows on there are in 4:3 as they were presented. Like the original Mickey Mouse, or not. It wasn't the first cartoon of Mickey Mouse, but it was the first sound cartoon, Steamboat Willie. That one's presented in its original 4:3 aspect. So I don't think it's Disney per se. I think that's just the one they happen to load up.
Right.
And hopefully they'll get their shit a little bit, they'll make shit work better, I think. I don't know. Rob, what's your first experience with it so far?
I just watched The Mandalorian. Wasn't terrible. I mean, yeah, I didn't have a chance to poke around, but it's of course they had that pancake ass Brie Larson on the spot. Or can let an opportunity to go by to remind us, oh look, she's still part of the Marvel universe. Like, shut up. I'm here to see The Mandalorian. Shut up.
Well, let me say this though real quick about it, because that little clip that I showed just a moment ago of Empire Strikes Back, that was coming off of my Disney Plus, and the thing that kind of surprised me, and I didn't know until just now when I brought up that clip, is how good their scan works. Because I was dragging the pointer across the bottom, and then I got right to that scene, and there was no delay. Like some of them will show like a different picture for every 30 seconds or something.
I kind of wish they had done that, because I was scanning for the Star Wars scene to see what was different. But yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought it was pretty well done. So I think that the interface works pretty well.
I that part was I thought the rest of it was kind of clunky in a sense that it's very difficult to find anything unless you kind of know what you're looking for, and not everything's on there that you would think is. Like there's a very, what I would call, wouldn't say it's small, but a middling selection, I guess is the best way to put it.
Do they have some like the classic movies, like the computer wore tennis shoes and stuff like that?
Yeah, a lot of that shit's on there. A lot of stuff actually that hasn't been on Blu-ray yet, and possibly even DVD is on there, but not everything you would think is on there. But again, a lot of this may have to do with licensing. There is some Fox movies on there and shows, so like they're already doing that part anyway.
I don't know. I think that there's for a fledgling streaming service, I think there's a pretty decent amount of content. And the difference between it and like a CBS or the upcoming Peacock or whatever is that it's not just old TV shows.
No, yeah, like I'd say a good 70% to so of the original animated classics up through some of the newer ones are on there. I think most of the Pixar movies are on there, except for whatever ones are probably licensed out. I didn't really look.
I actually think everything for the Pixar, I scanned through the Pixar thing. I think the only Pixar ones that are missing are the ones that are still being actively marketed, like Toy Story 4 and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's just because I don't think that's ready yet, but it will be on here, I think. And because Incredibles 2, I think, was the one they announced would be with it dropping. And then what else was there? Like they have a bunch of Spider-Man all in one package, and then the Marvel shows and all that kind of stuff are in a separate area.
Although I was disappointed that they didn't have a Marvel original show ready to go for launch.
I am a little surprised too. It's funny you mentioned that. I'm surprised they didn't at least have one of them ready to go.
Now, aren't those not even going to be ready until 2021 now for the Marvel shows?
I heard that one of them was coming out at the end of the year. I can't remember which one, but
I can't remember either.
Now,
is it the Loki one maybe?
Now, when you say the Marvel shows, I mean, what's available? And do they have like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or?
That's probably on there, but I wasn't paying attention to that. They've got like all the classic old cartoons now. What I wish they would get on there, their next thing they got to get on there, because I'm pretty sure they still own they had the distribution rights to a lot of this stuff before they even owned Marvel. Was like the old 60s, like Doc, Bruce Banner, and all them classic ones.
They have those?
They don't, but they need them. Those are the only ones I think that I don't remember seeing. Otherwise, they have all the 80s up through like for Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, X-Men's on there, the 90s X-Men's on there.
Oh, Bridge of Asgard, where the blue heavens roar.
Also on there.
What about the Incredible Hulk? The Bill Bixby?
The 80s, 90s ones on there. No, the Bigsby series is owned by Universal.
Okay.
So that one, I think it was on Hulu for a while, but I don't know if it still is or not.
Let's see. So this is the Marvel page right here.
Yeah, and you're doing it on the computer. I did mine on PS4. So I should clarify, my experience was completely 100% PS4. So.
Right, and on the computer, I think that the interface is better.
Probably.
There's
Agent Carter, so I got to imagine Shield is probably on there.
Oh, is Is the Inhumans on there? Oh, yeah, I see the Inhumans. Really?
Spider Woman.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff here.
Spider-Man. Oh, is that the? There's the '90s Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, all the animated Spider-Man are on here pretty much.
For the '60s, the classic Spider-Man.
See, they got that one, but they don't have the '60s of the other ones. I want them to get the other ones from the '60s, like the Captain America throws his mighty shield. All those ones.
I have a feeling some of that stuff is like, here's the old Silver Surfer.
Yeah, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
There's the '90s Incredible Hulk, I think it is.
Yeah, and so there's a lot. I think that there's probably, like you said, I think there's stuff that will be added. But yeah, this whole section here is just Spider-Man.
There's Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends are there. Okay. There was also a Fantastic Four series. There were two of them. One in the '60s, one in the late '60s, one in the early '80s.
I think both of them are on there at least. I know that one there's the newer one.
Right.
Okay. But I know at least one of, if not both of the older ones are there.
They have two Fantastic Four.
That's the '90s one there, I think, or '80s or '90s one.
I think they're missing the one from the '60s.
They might not have, because I think that's the Hanna-Barbera one that somebody was just asking about in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 1994.
All right.
And then the other one.
There was one with Herbie the Robot.
Yeah, I hated Herbie the Robot. And then they brought Herbie the Robot into the actual comics. That really pissed me off.
They were afraid of kids.
2006 here.
Okay, they were afraid of kids setting themselves on fire, which is the problem.
Yeah, but that's a load of crap. I'm sorry.
I know.
But honestly, I mean, I think that the content is there, but maybe the problem is that when you go into the homepage of it, it doesn't look like there's that much.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Well, especially, I mean, it looks a lot more like there's a lot more there than there is on the PS4 version. Right. Which I'm assuming is like the most versions that would be on like your Roku and stuff like that. And you got to go through a few different paces to kind of get to stuff.
Oh, and I will say this, that World According to Jeff Goldblum is a funny little show.
I watched half of the first episode. I thought it was all right, yeah.
If you like Jeff Goldblum, it's a fun show. If you don't care about Jeff Goldblum just being Jeff Goldblum, then you won't care. But like the first episode, is just him basically learning about the history of sneakers. It's one of those how is it made kind of shows.
Pretty much. It wasn't what I was expecting. That's probably my problem, though.
I'm just following Jeff Goldblum learning it.
Yeah, I was expecting to be something a little bit different than that.
And today we're learning the history of sneakers. Come with us. We're going to learn the history of sneakers.
We'll find a way.
But yeah, the thing that really disappointed me was Pixar in real life was a huge disappointment.
That I didn't watch yet, but yeah, that didn't sound like a good idea to begin with.
It's completely lame. But and there's just not, I mean, look, this is it for the original content. What you see right there, scroll back, that's it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have more than that to start with. Yeah, that's one thing that is very surprising.
Campia and Robert Meyer Burnett were talking earlier today. They said there was an original Christmas movie with Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader called Noel. They said it was terrible. And I said, it's a Christmas movie.
They're all terrible.
Yeah. Sorry, Mecca. What'd you say?
They're all terrible.
This one here.
All Christmas movies are terrible.
And they do have Empire Dreams on there, which is a wonderful documentary, but it's the edited version.
$5 in Captain Hare. Never fear, I've arrived. Wait, the topics for today look to inspire apathy or worse, optimism. I come here for rage. Rob, help me out.
Oh, hang on. You never know.
But yeah, so I think that what's really lacking for the launch of Disney Plus is frankly the original content. I love the backlog, the back catalog. I think
okay, here's the other problem with this is I have a good 80% of what is on this already.
Right.
If not at least 70%. That's my biggest.
All the Marvel movies already.
Well, yeah, not just that though, but I mean even some of the classic Disney ones, because I've bought a lot of the ones that were for they were exclusive to the Disney Movie Club, and a lot of those were the ones that they have loaded up here because they're movies they haven't licensed out yet. That's why, like the Black Hole and stuff like that, and all that kind of shit. Cool Runnings, the Honey I Shrunk the Kids, Honey I Blew Up the Kid. Yeah,
Those
a
were
few of
just
those
on regular DVD though for a while.
they were on regular DVD,
Yeah.
but they didn't. They were only available on Blu-ray through the club.
Oh,
And a lot of those Blu-ray, the DVDs, the early versions were either the pan and scan versions or just straight up.
oh, yeah.
stuff.
I think a lot of people don't replace them though. They'll just keep
Oh
the
yeah, I've
DVD.
noticed
Yeah.
that too. But
That's me. It's like I just have the I think I don't know if I still have the black hole or if my ex-husband got it, but yeah, we just had the DVD of that.
see now the
what-
DVD of the black hole actually has special features. The Blu-ray doesn't. That's the
Yeah.
only option that you're trading. Anyway, what were you saying, Rob?
Now, what does this do to future Blu-ray or DVD releases? I mean, does that?
I don't know. It makes me feel like Disney might not do it as much. Now they'll probably obviously continue to do it for their bigger releases, but I think that this puts like a last round on any of the vault stuff. Any classic films getting released, they're probably not going to. A lot of stuff will be club exclusives, probably.
To answer Bird of Praise super chat, season 3 starts with episode 2.
Yeah, there's another thing I've heard that some of the shows on here are out of order. Unfortunately, they're probably in either like
That episode, maybe there's a reason it was censored or something, but
or if there's an episode missing, there's a good possibility. That's the Michael Jackson episode, I believe, isn't it?
Oh
Did
yeah,
you see how they're censoring some of them? They're saying that like on Peter Pan, and I saw an image on Twitter. I think they're saying like Peter Pan and some of these other movies. These were made a different cultural sensitivity or something like that.
Yeah,
They've got
that's
more.
why they don't censor them. They do that in front of like Dumbo and stuff because
Yeah,
of the
that was
black
Dumbo.
art and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know about the other ones. Like rumor was they censored Toy Story 2, but I haven't heard from anybody yet.
What
If
did
that
they
was
censor from that?
there was the joke at the end where Stinky Pete says he can get the 2 Barbie girls in Toy Story 3 if they come with him to his trailer.
that is a post-credit scene,
Oh,
and it was cut.
So they cut that out on the newer versions of the DVD and Blu-ray. I don't know if that's the version they'll carry over to Disney streaming. I'm assuming so.
And
probably. Yeah.
some of the censorship I can kind of understand. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the uncensored version of Fantasia, but holy crap, it is straight up racist.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the edited version they have now because I believe that's the version that's on Blu-ray.
They've never publicly released the uncensored version.
Well, no, even the one now they zoomed in on one scene so you couldn't see the little black devil boy or whatever in the one part, and there's something else they cropped out too.
But the big thing, like I've seen one, I don't remember how I got my hands on it, but one time I did see an uncensored copy of it, and where they have the black Minotaurs, and they're the typical black face, big pink lips,
Yeah, that was another thing that was cut out too. Yeah,
and so I can understand why that stuff was cut, but at the same time, deleting the Michael Jackson episode because Michael Jackson did bad stuff, not because the episode has stuff that is offensive.
well, that's even alleged. You know what I mean? I mean, there's still I have
But
yet
I'm
to
just
see
saying,
any solid evidence on that part either. So,
I have a big problem with some of the services when they dropped the Cosby Show after Bill Cosby got in trouble. Look, I'm not defending anything Bill Cosby did, but that doesn't change the fact that the Cosby Show is a great show.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, and I know that, and I'm the first person to absolutely go off the chains about the fact that Hollywood, thinks Roman Polanski is some kind of exiled hero when the man belongs in a prison cell where he should rot and get raped every day. That's my humble opinion on Roman Polanski. That doesn't change the fact that Rosemary's Baby is a classic, even though, yes, he made it. It doesn't mean that the movie should be banned just because the guy that made it did bad things.
Well, the Nazis invented magnetic tape. I mean, so do we ban all music that we listened to in the 1980s?
The Volkswagen.
Yeah. Like you can't
It's fuel injection. I mean, there's been so many things the Nazis did.
now from Polanski made a movie based on the things he did, then that's that would be
if he
banned.
was the one who
Why
directed
am I
the
here?
movie, that would have been a bad idea. But anyway.
But and that's another, right now, if Roman Polanski released a film today, I would probably think twice before going to see it,
Mm-hmm.
because I would say I don't really want to support this guy. However,
Go ahead.
Doesn't change the fact, it'd be like if we found out that Kubrick did something horrible, that doesn't change the value of The Shining or 2001.
I still love Ren and Stimpy.
Sister Harrow sent us another super chat, Rob.
$5. I'll stream Sister Harrow. Looking at the selection as anti-trucker scrolls, I didn't realize how much crap Disney made. Oh yeah.
Well, you got to remember a lot of that's mixed with Fox stuff too. But yes, I mean, they've been making shit for years and years and years and years. I mean, they just had a really shitty period where a lot of their stuff didn't see the light of day outside of VHS once. You know.
Well, yeah, when you get to Bambi 2, crap like that was just pure cash grabs by Disney. Those
the end of the Michael Eisner era, yes, basically. I
can totally understand why people, Lion King 2.5 or whatever, all that crap. Yeah, that was a low point for the company. But at the same time, there's also and the reason I'm kind of looking forward to exploring some more in Disney Plus is there's a lot of old stuff that Disney produced that none of us have ever seen. And
haven't seen since we were kids. Yeah, I seen like Flight of the Navigators on there, even though I have it on Blu-ray. But still, I'm sure there's a shit ton of people who haven't seen that since they were a kid. Or the Apple Dumpling Gang, or Pizza Dragon, or there's a ton of shit on there. Yeah,
Pizza Dragon.
Pizza Dragon.
Pizza Dragon.
He makes the best pizza.
What's the matter for you? Hey, we got to see Pizza Dragon, huh?
That's right.
That's
You're so fucking racist. Even against yourself.
So, in answer to Darren Wagner's question, no, I did a search and Hot Lead and Cold Feet does not appear to be in there. I don't know that particular movie, but
speaking of Mario, who was it? Yellow Flash was talking about some game developer wants Mario to be the next Mario character to be a person of color, and they were. I'm like, would you? It's a mushroom. I'm like, they're little mushrooms waddling around. I'm like, what are you talking about?
The only humans in Mario are Mario, Peach, and Luigi.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's a classic, man. Bambi 2.
Yes,
where
Bambi 2. That is a real movie.
I've seen it. It's not as bad as you'd fucking think. It's actually the least worse of all those fucking sequels of that period, but it's just the fact that it exists, and it was a joke. A joke once on Mad TV, I think it was.
I remember the Bambi versus Godzilla short.
Yeah, that too.
That was awesome.
They had like rapping Bambi on Mad TV.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was, or was it Saturday morning? No, it may have been Saturday Night Live because it might have been on Saturday Morning Funhouse. I'm not 100%. If somebody remembers for sure, remind me. But yeah, it was one of those two. But yeah, it was just. It's actually not as bad as you'd think, surprisingly.
Well, Tom, Bambi 2 exists. Not for long, it doesn't.
It's how Bambi becomes a man.
And Trey Chester, I don't think Song of the South will ever be released.
No.
I just don't think that Disney is ever going to release that one.
I have heard rumors, though, that there's like a rip of a 35 millimeter print from like overseas or something that exists online somewhere. I have yet to come across it, but...
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Surprisingly not as racist as you would think.
No, it's not. It's just the implication of it.
The implication of it. It's
I remember seeing it when I was a kid.
The cartoons were more racist than the actual live action stuff.
Because I think it did get released at least once on VHS.
Yeah. Oh, well, it came out. I still remember the commercials. They brought it back in the 80s was it in the theater or was it on TV?
My brother had gotten a PAL copy.
It was in the theaters in like when it first came out. I think it was the 50s.
Yeah, I know, but I think they brought it back out again.
Well, they showed like the Brer Rabbit bit on Wonderful World at Disney or something like that one day, but they didn't show the whole movie. And Zippity Doodah was in almost every single sing-along video.
Yeah.
Although I still like the SNL version of that. Did you ever see that where they had
I'm pretty sure I did, yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? He was being Uncle Ramus and singing Zippity Doodah, Zippity A, Negroes are inferior in every way. That was the way they were singing the song, and it was just hilarious to watch. And then there was Uncle Jemima's Nash Liquor. That was a good one.
I'm just waiting for someone to call you an ist in chat.
You know what? You want
That was dope.
racism? Please do. Please. Let me introduce you to Mrs. Anti-Trucker.
See, that's why I'm laughing. I'm like, because I get called every name in the book from people too. So
Oh Lord, good Lordy Almighty. Well, the other news, because I think that was all the Disney-related news. Am I right? Or am I wrong? Am I right? Wrong? Right?
I think so. Baby Yoda's adorable. Oh my god.
And your poop makes you strong with the Force.
Yes.
Little baby Yoda face.
As far as you know. Russo brothers will delve into Marvel versus DC rivalry with docuseries.
You like Marvel? The Russo brothers will
Barbara Wawa. I need a drink is the problem, and I can't get away to get a drink. My mouth is all
quoting something.
Then I almost pasted this in the fucking regular chat. See, that's where you got me all flabbergasted here.
You're flabbergasted.
Now you're getting
the little baby Yoda.
Careful. Somebody's gonna think you guys are being really racist. You know this, right?
That's okay. We're on your channel.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta say,
before we go,
I'm interested in the Russo brothers' take on the Marvel versus DC thing. What I want truly is a quality animated film of Marvel versus DC. I know it'll never happen, but I would love to see the two companies get together like they did in the comics a few times and actually do.
Well, they don't even have to. You can just make it. But yeah,
I think it would be awesome. I want to see Wonder Man from Marvel meet Wonder Woman from DC.
The only thing you'd have to worry about is getting to the rights for like the characters and shit. Probably be like any kind of, because you can make a movie just about anything, but
right. But I'm saying like you have you actually get Warner Brothers and Marvel
on board. Yeah, I get you.
The problem is that then, and this is actually a problem with I don't know if you guys have looked at. There's been several comic book crossovers of the two universes, and some of them are actually really good. And they usually come up with the dumbest. Like I have one that features a fight with Superman or Batman fights the Hulk. Superman also fights the Hulk. Spider-Man fights Wonder Woman. You know, but in the first time they meet up, Spider-Man's swinging through New York. And he sees a bank robbery, and then Wonder Woman is like fighting the bank robbers. And Spider-Man literally goes, "Oh, it's Wonder Woman. Funny, I've never run into her before. Oh, well." You know, because they're just like making a joke out of the fact that all these heroes exist, but they just never bumped into each other. And, but when they fight, like the Batman versus the Hulk, they completely nerf the Hulk so Batman could win that fight. By having Batman kick Hulk in the gut, and it made the Hulk exhale.
I don't buy it.
No, that was a complete load of and that's what, but ultimately
Superman,
happened.
Yes.
Yes, and that's the thing with Superman versus the Hulk. I like that one because Superman, you know, he's Superman's biggest weakness is his own arrogance, right? Because he knows he's the ultimate power in the universe. And so he basically sees the Hulk rampaging and flies in and in his Superman way puts his hands on his hips and is like, "Hulk, you need to stop what you're doing right now." And so Hulk runs up, punches him in the face and sends him into orbit. And Superman was like dazed for a minute and he goes, "Holy crap, I've never been hit that hard." And I like that, you know, but yeah, the Batman thing was stupid.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Russo's, and they're doing a docuseries on Marvel versus DC.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a tirade there.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to this, I guess, but it was like the #1 story all over the place, so that means it's a slow news day, but other than Disney Plus.
Well, there is some news. A supervillain has emerged from his lair.
Oh, yeah, the whole
Which one?
Doomcock thing. Yeah.
What happened?
Him and
Blair?
Yeah, he'll probably let me play this. Let me see here.
Yeah, there's a car video from Jeremy and Doomcock. It just popped into my Twitter.
Oh yeah, I've seen he's wearing a spot.
Like a luchador hat. That's cool. He seems drunk as fuck. It is kind of awesome.
Not wrong one. God damn it.
That's pretty funny.
Um,
Stretch, but
See, we said it's the slow news day because everybody's like Mandalorian, 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 and crickets.
Where did Doomcock get that? That's so bad.
Somebody's already photoshopped a Doomcock and see. Oh, share audio. Share audio.
oh, did I not hit it?
No. Go back to audio.
God damn it.
oh my god!
Yeah, somebody already photoshopped Doomcock and Cecil as a tag team luchador team.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, look, no disrespect intended.
You're going to have to do it, Rob. It won't let me share the audio for that.
Yeah, no disrespect intended to Doomcock, but that mask is horrible. That is just. Why didn't he just wear his regular mask?
He was probably afraid of it getting damaged.
Maybe I can get it here. Hang on.
Getting stolen or
Yeah.
And there's a K on the side of the mask.
Oh, God damn it. I didn't do it again.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah, if you look at the side of it, when Doomcock turns his head a little bit.
I think one side has a D, the other one has a.
Oh.
Oh, God bless it. Why did it close the whole window on me again?
well,
Going his technical
Here.
prowess.
I can share the audio. Though. I'm using different
got it.
browsers than Chrome.
Oh, I got it.
What is it like? Are we getting kid friendly now in anticipation of the changes of YouTube? It's like,
Oh my god!
if you're fucked up and you know it, clap your hands. If you're fucked up and you know it, clap your hands. If you're fucked up and you know it, YouTube will surely not show it. If you're fucked up and you know it, clap your fucking hands. God damn it. Sorry. You can bleep out whatever you want. I'm just going to be unfiltered Doomcock. Is that all right?
In case you didn't know, we are joined by the future ruler of Earth himself for the first time ever in a car video.
Ever.
All hail Doomcock.
Hail YouTube, hail Jeremy, hail Geeks and Gamers, a summit for the ages. I am delighted to be here. It is awesome to meet this man. I've watched this gentleman on my television long before I emerged from the center of the earth to do this stuff. And it's weird. It's like walking into, an In-N-Out Burger and seeing, Walter Matthau,
Oh, I can feel the presence of greatness being here with Doomcock.
So there you go.
Yeah, that just felt like the next thing should be a cut to black and say that, Jeremy and Doomcock were killed in an automobile 3 minutes after this video was recorded.
Oh, no.
Their blood alcohol.
It's not funny because I think that
Well,
like
Jeremy
every
doesn't
time
drink.
I see somebody do a car video, that's what's funny. But anyway, not funny.
God.
But yeah, other than that, was there any more news?
Well, just the slugfest thing here.
Slugfest.
The Russo brothers. Just that.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we just talked about it. I thought so. They're going to do a docu series about Marvel versus DC throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
Pay
Okay,
attention, Rob.
yeah. pretty self-explanatory. In other words, slow news day. There's going to be a Rocky documentary too, by the way. From
we do have to point out that today is November 13th, and this is a significant day in history, Tom, because as you know, on November 13th, Felix Unger was asked to remove himself from his place of residence, and that request came from his wife. So we have to, every November 13th, I always stop and reflect upon the events that occurred this day, way back when.
Or Felix Unger.
This is sinuses.
I've told you,
Deep
I
down.
hate it when you leave little notes on my pillow. We need more cornflakes. F you. It took me a half an hour to figure out that F you meant Felix Unger.
My favorite one was one of my favorites was when Oscar was sleepwalking and bashing Felix over the head with the newspaper.
Oh, I just seen that clip the other day or today. One of the two. Somebody else brought this up. That's why, yeah.
$1.99 Mexican Iron Man. Who's going to Star Star Wars celebration?
And what's
That's
the
all
point?
the way in April.
And what's
That's
the
been
point?
sold out for yeah. That's been sold out too.
There's nothing good to go for. What, Obi-Wan shit?
I can't guarantee I'll have a YouTube channel by then. So
I mean, they
Unless-
won't have anything ready for Obi-Wan by then.
Unless
Why wouldn't they have one by then?
unless Kathleen Kennedy's gonna be put on a dunking stool or in the stocks and you know.
Didn't Rob tell you how to turn off the kids thing already?
yeah, but still, I mean, they could go and say, "Hey, you were complaining about Batwoman, and that
Oh.
kids watch that." And
That doesn't mean anything. That's why you click that thing. That's they can't do shit.
I got a ROM Space Knight thing on my channel. It does show the toy, but
I got toy unboxing.
It doesn't matter as long as if you click it. It doesn't matter.
Right. If you click it, you're giving legal notice that your content is not for kids.
Mm-hmm.
So they cannot nail you for putting stuff that's not kid friendly because you
or kid friendly and mix it or whatever. Yeah.
I put, like my stuff, I obviously, I don't cuss on my channel. I don't put any kind of really graphic content on my channel, but I check that it's not for kids because it's not,
Yeah.
and if you look at my subscriber base, exactly 100% of my subscribers are over the age of 18 anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect.
Yeah, I have less than 1% under 13.
I don't think we even have a percent.
And that's probably old subscribers from like 5 years ago that haven't watched my shit in 5 years. So
Are we gonna have a backup on Patreon?
I have Patreon.
I know. I think we're planning on we're gonna try and start doing MP3s that you guys can download from there. Other than that, I don't know what the plan to back up things is offhand. I have not had a chance to really talk to Andre about it, so I can't.
I'm working on an evil plan for my channel, but it's gonna wait until I have some money to spend.
We might want to start uploading stuff to Dailymotion.
I know Andre's very
Pornhub
peculiar about going to any other places because it's hard to keep track of certain things and everything. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. We'll definitely keep you guys posted if whatever we decide there is to do. So
yeah, I have Patreon and Twitch as a backup for now. So yeah, should be okay.
But yeah, your Ford versus Ferrari movie's tracking pretty well for the weekend round.
Yeah.
What I tell you.
Well, that's because it's out against Charlie's Angels. That's
well, not just that. I said it has a lot of cross appeal over a lot of demographics.
Yeah.
But
You have
got
car
Matt
people of
Damon.
all ages.
It's got Matt Damon. It's got Christian Bale. It's got actually John Bernthal from Punisher is in it. He's playing Lee
And
Iacocca.
believe it or not, there is a demographic of women who like to see men drive cars fast. Did you ever think of that? Maybe that's why the goddamn Fast and Furious series makes so much money. No.
Yeah, they put a lot of guys that women want to sleep with in it, and they put them in, either skin tight,
Kind of
muscly
cars they wanted
shirts.
to drive- yeah, and then the kind of cars they wanted them to drive in high school. Yeah,
How curious.
one big old fantasy, but they never think of that.
You guys know who Billy Gardell is?
No, but quit injecting reality into my fantasy, Rob.
Well, anyway, he said, well, he's a comedian. He said, guys, start working on
biopic or whatever.
Well, anyway, he
He's
said,
not that
guys,
Billy on the street guy, is he?
no.
Okay.
Fat guy. Anyway, he said, guys, start working on your car. Nobody ever got laid walking into driving an iPhone or whatever it was. So that's the thing.
What about dune buggies?
Definitely dune buggies.
Of course.
All dune buggies are made off of VW bug frame chassis.
Oh, that's racist. You can't have a dune buggy because that's Nazi tech.
What?
I don't know.
Dune buggies are Nazi tech. I'm just picturing now Hitler in a dune buggy. Mein Kampf!
Oh, no.
My brother Mark
For the
used to
animation.
My brother Mark used to get all the VW magazines, VW Trends was a big one, and there was a picture of actually Hitler riding in the back of a VW Beetle.
Yeah, because it was the people's car.
Exactly. Stood on the steps of the Wolfsburg factory. This is the car of the future. It's affordable. Everyone can own one. People will own two. Easy to repair, easy to maintain. This is the future right here. And I'm like, yeah, and how many people? Everybody knew someone who drove a VW Beetle if they didn't drive one themselves.
As far as back in the 70s and 80s, yes.
Oh yeah, well that was the game, Slug Bug. You know, anytime you get in a car, you'd at least see one.
Well, because those things, because I'll tell you, the original VW Bugs were freaking indestructible, which is their whole advertising campaign back then.
Fun fact: it's hard to have sex in the back of one.
Well, that's true. I could imagine, even if you had two very, very little people, it would be rather difficult.
Even in the future.
But I remember there was an old animated commercial where they showed the VW Bug just going in a circle and someone trying to kill it with a newspaper, because it was literally a bug and it wouldn't die. And that was their whole thing. Hey, yeah, it's an ugly little car, but it'll run forever. And my dad had one that he got as a commuter, and he had the engine was held in place with a 2x4 by the end of it, but it was still running. And just those things were great, dependable little cars.
Between 1938 and 2003, 21 million VW Beetles were produced. Imagine that. Imagine how many. Just think of how many cars that is. 21 million. If a car sells
hundreds of them.
A car sells. We sell 17 million cars a year in the country, I believe. Just worldwide, the auto industry is 21 million. That's an incredible amount. You would go to Mexico, you'd still see them as taxi cabs all over the place. The Sci-Fi Commodore Jones. We used to love the VW hippie van. Yeah, the Samba van.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, you see a lot of those still. Of course, I'm in Colorado, and everybody's like hippies. So.
Well, the thing is, they're easy to repair too. I mean, you can literally unbolt the body from the chassis and weld a new floor in place. And that's how you make a dune buggy. You unbolt Old Man Picard. That's how you make a dune buggy. You unbolt the body of a Volkswagen.
You lost me and unbolt me, but that's okay. I like dune buggy.
But yeah, you can get a kit and you can build yourself a dune buggy.
Speaking of Picard, do we have any Picard news? Other than that article with Michael Chabon where he's like, where he wrote this big fan fiction crapping thing, and what was it?
His father to Spock and
yeah.
shit.
Well,
like, oh no, this is why you made him laugh in the elevator, because you picture him as your dad or some dumb crap.
Well, he was on with Jimmy Kimmel, actually. Patrick Stewart.
I thought you were going to say Michael Chabon.
No, we probably can't play it, but
we can talk about it. What'd he say?
Let me see here.
Because the last thing that I had about Picard was how he was at a Comic-Con maybe about a week ago, and he kept reaffirming that it's going to deal more with like the real world politics, stuff like Brexit, stuff like EU, stuff like that type of crap.
Freaking Brexit.
I know. I don't know. I think it was just one of those questions of what deal more with
I thought politics. They said breakfast. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I don't. Yeah.
There you go. Hold on.
I'm just waiting for them to make it about illegal immigration with Romulans sneaking across the neutral zone.
Oh, don't know. That's what they're gonna do. Oh, you know that's what they're gonna
do. Their families. The whole Borg cube thing is a ICE detention center.
Do you know that's what is going to happen too? That's why they got to break him out of the thing, because they got to use Borg tech to track. Because they're using Borg tech to track illegal Romulan immigrants from crossing over the neutral zone. There, we just cracked Picard. Oh no, that's what's going to happen. You remember when you guys, before I was on the show, you guys were predicting what was happening on Discovery.
These people belong
and
here.
That's what would happen on Discovery because they listened to us.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, see, I just nailed it. Thank you. Everybody, when I'm right, I expect to have 100,000 subscribers
and a royalty check.
Yes.
No, they'll sue you for plagiarism. No, they'll threaten not to, and then they'll give you death threats. And
that's why, so in the
Justice
trailer, when that one Federation officer is dressing down Picard and saying this isn't your house anymore, it's because, oh yeah, your liberal ideals, no, we're Trump supporters now, and so we're going to detain these people. And so Picard goes to free the innocent Romulan children and try to get an impeachment of the Federation president.
Well, old man Patrick Stewart's playing Bosley in the new Charlie's Angels.
How bad is that gonna suck?
Apparently, Bosley is like a group of people, and there's like
There's
hundreds,
angels everywhere.
because it's sexist if it's just 3, I guess.
Oh, there's angels everywhere, and it's about women being empowered to be a team.
I don't remember being in this movie.
Kristen Stewart shook her ass at you.
Well, there was no Doom buttons.
That boy?
Yes, that little boy.
That little boy.
That was weird.
It was weird, wasn't it?
Very weird.
Well, okay. Well, let's get this up to
And
here.
it's not that I'm anti-gay or anything like that.
She's just not pretty.
He was just a little weird and not my type. I'm more Ian McKellen's type.
Oh, you are.
Well, if I was.
Well, there's really no new information here. He says he turned it down. It said, from the trailer, Picard's running his vineyard. The world and Starfleet have changed. Picard, like Stewart, owns a pit bull. We have something.
I do.
What we have is something new. T. Stewart, a way of continuing the voyage of Jean-Luc Picard, adding unnecessarily. I hope it won't be too much disappointment.
Oh, that's
You're going to be disappointed. I'm sorry.
If they hurt that doggo, I'm going to kill the show.
Just like I've told my last few girlfriends, you're going to be very disappointed in the morning.
Now, old man Picard.
What?
Tell us more about Charlie's Angels. What did you think of the cast?
I don't remember being in that movie other than the little boy dancing.
Oh, that
Really?
was Bird of Prey.
What?
That was Bird of Prey dancing for you.
Oh, he came out of the closet, I heard. Happy birthday.
now, old man Picard. Kristen Stewart. She doesn't like boys. She's openly gay.
Is that why she looks like one?
Well, maybe. Very well, maybe.
Hey, and she's the funny one too.
Is
in the
she?
movie. Yes, she improv'd all her lines.
Who?
Kristen Stewart.
You know what, Kristen Stewart, you know what I don't like her is when she opens her mouth, ever.
She's so awkward, isn't she? She just feels
She
uncomfortable.
never closes it.
Every
Not you.
time she says anything, I mean literally anything. She could say, where's the bathroom? Every time she opens her mouth and
The
says,
door on the left.
sounds like, and the facial expression on her face looks like, I just told you something that made you look like you're crap and I'm better than you. And it's like, what? No, go away. Just go away. Nobody liked you in Twilight, and nobody likes you as Snow White, and nobody ever liked you. Why are you a thing? Why
She
is
always makes a face like she's smelling poo.
That's a good, yeah, she does. You're right about that, Picard. So, but why can somebody tell me how she's getting jobs? Because nobody likes her. I don't.
Because she can cry homophobia. That's why. If she doesn't get a job.
You know what? I don't see them casting Ellen DeGeneres and everything. And she
was delightful as Dory.
Actually, I liked Ellen as Dory. I did. But Ellen can actually, unlike Miss Stewart, Ellen can act. And so Ellen.
That's debatable.
But yeah, every time I see her, my worst nightmare would to be trapped in a room with her and Brie Larson.
Hey, Brie Larson would be great if she were high. But you might get bitchy Brie Larson. It depends on what she's on.
Wants to be people.
I just see people. I just play people.
You know, like when my pit bull thinks he's people. That's Brie.
Oh, she thinks she's people.
Yes, it is. Now, old man Picard, did you ever want to just be people?
I'm different people all the time.
You are.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Super Saiyan Girl has a question. What does everyone think as Robert Pattinson as Batman? Old man Picard, what do you think of Robert Pattinson as Batman?
Oh, I don't.
You know who he is, Old man Picard?
No.
He's the gay vampire from Twilight.
Oh, good for him. He's just like Bird of Prey.
See, this is why people hate the After Dark channel. Now, Old man Picard.
Wait, that's breaking news. So, Bird of Prey 5 is going to be the new Batman.
Yes.
Is he? Well, good for him.
Now, Old man
As long as
Picard.
I don't have to watch the thing.
Old man Picard. How much do they pay you to be in this new show?
People got paid?
Yes, they did.
Well, I did it because of the love of fuck. I could have gotten paid.
Yes, you could have. Why didn't you say anything, Old man Picard?
I thought that nobody liked this shit. And I
They
was
don't.
doing it because I love the character. I didn't know I could get paid.
Well, you love the character of Bosley?
What? Who's Bosley? I'm talking about Pickard. I don't remember this thing with the angels and the gay boy.
You also played the poop emoji.
I did.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Picard, that you know, considering I am the poop emoji, I was a little disappointed in your portrayal of me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, they gave me a big TV, and Sony gave me a stereo and something else like a play suction. I don't remember. It was a thing.
No. Oh, okay. Old man Picard. Where's the dog now that you see in the trailer?
He's eating.
Oh, really? He's eating. So you got to keep the dog?
Yes, he's my dog.
Is the dog still named number 1?
Yes, but he did a number 2. Bad boy. You do that outside. Outside. Damn it.
Was it a big number 2?
No. Well, he might have done one behind the couch, too. I have to look.
That'll smell in a few days.
Then it doesn't, ironically. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it is. Now, Old man Picard. What was it like working with Jerry Ryan? You'd never worked with her before.
Jerry Lewis is hilarious. I loved working with Jerry Lewis.
No.
Jerry Ryan, the girl with the big boobs.
Jerry Ryan, the guy with the big boobs.
The blonde with the big boobs.
Isn't that the football player?
No,
American football.
No, that's
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice. Yes, Jerry Rice.
What about Terry Ryan?
What about Terry Ryan?
Who is that?
I'm not sure. Terry Ryan. There must be a Terry
And
Ryan.
who are we talking about?
The girl with the big boobs.
There's
Jerry
plenty.
Ryan.
Which night?
Because we know you like boobies.
Yes. Oh, you mean the chick with the double D's?
Yeah. Yes, that one.
What about her?
What was it like working with her?
Well, you know.
We don't know. That's what we're asking.
Work.
It was
I
work.
said, Star Trek this and Star Trek that. And she said, Star Trek this and Star Trek back to me. And we walked around wearing pajamas all day. So, of course, everybody naturally fucked after a while.
Of course.
Oh, really? Wow, we're getting a major scoop here. This is a major scoop here. The happenings on the set of Star Trek Picard. Breaking news. Old Man Picard says there was everyone was fucking on the set of Star Trek Picard.
Except for Wesley. Of course, he wasn't old enough yet. But yeah, everybody was. It was like an orgy, I would say. You know, you're in close quarters with a lot of people for a long time in pajamas. These things happen.
Oh, Timon Flip has a good question. Old Man Picard. Now, can you explain to us the Terminator timeline?
No.
It doesn't matter. Don't try ever. We're all gonna get killed by machines. The end.
You're not even gonna try?
No.
No matter what, they're just gonna keep sending those stupid robots back naked.
They don't even send girl robots back naked.
Yeah, they did. What's her name?
They said that. Well, Christiana Loken.
Well, Justin Bieber. They sent her back naked.
Go back to a girl and a trans.
All I know is that Arnold Schwarzenegger's in them, and they're about killer robots, kind of like the Borg.
Oh, that's a good question, Mr. Kurt LB. Did you meet Alex Kurtzman?
Who?
Alex Kurtzman, Old Man Picard. He's the one that's doing the new Star Trek show.
What's that?
That's the show you were in.
Pickard?
Yes, Pickard.
Oh, that fuzzy-haired gray boy thingy that runs around with glasses thinking he's in charge. Oh, yes, he's still around.
Oh, yeah? What did you say to him?
Go get me some fucking coffee.
Did he at least do that right?
Does he do anything right? He brought me back fucking tea.
Well, I guess he does it then.
Earl Grey. And I'm like, what is this? That is my character in a show. I like coffee. Like I like my women. Black.
Black, bitter, and preferably fair trade.
Big white boobs.
Wait, you want black women with big white boobs?
And Mexican butts that cannot lie.
Oh, apparently not.
I'm not racist at all. I'll screw anyone.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to join us, Old Man Picard.
Is it time for my dinner?
Yes, it is. The nurse will take you to the other room.
Hopefully not the room where number one took a number two. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Old Man Picard. Old Man Picard, everybody.
How did you get all those people in that little box?
Well, we took all the furniture out of the room.
Oh. Was there poop behind it?
No, there was.
Number one likes to do that. Anyway, I've got to go. My oatmeal is warm.
Thank you for joining us, Old Man Picard. Okay. What do you say we end it there? that's.
I think it's a good place.
Always a good set. Like, subscribe here. Like, subscribe on the main channel, Patreon, Subscribe Star, PayPal, all the good stuff. If you're already subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. Anti-Trucker, tell them about your channel.
Well, Anti-Trucker channel, we're all pieces of crap. We talk about stuff. We have fun. I do want to say, in all seriousness, happy birthday to Bird of Prey 5. Yes, we're making fun of him a lot, but he's a good friend to my channel, and he's a supporter of Midnight's Edge. So he's a good guy most of the time. But happy birthday, Bird of Prey. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. I'm dangerously close to hitting that 10,000 sub mark. So anything I can do. I'm at 97.25, guys. Come on. I gotta get 275 more subs. I can do this.
Yes. Mecca?
All right.
Yes, subscribe to Anti-Tracker. Subscribe to Bird of Prey. Happy birthday, Bird of Prey. Watch my videos, all the things. Let them run all the way through to the end. Just put them on for your plants in the background. I won't kill them, I promise. I'll keep them company and your pets.
It's a proven fact that pets and plants
Pets love
enjoy
me.
Mecha Random.
Because I go, you're so cute, little baby Yoda. Like that.
So they think that she's talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point?
I don't know what to say.
All right,
Fuck my
everybody.
shit. Maybe if I stream later, I'll yell. And
You know, that's
stuff
not a
about
bad idea. You
Mandalorian.
should start a different channel, Mecha, where all you do is talk to people's pets. So they can leave it on all day long.
Who's a
It's a
good
fucking
baby?
ingenious idea.
Who's a good
They
puppy?
leave your shit running all day long while they're
Who's a
at
good
work.
doggy? Who's a good boy?
Exactly. You pay attention to their pets while they're gone, and you go from kitty to puppy to whatever, every 5-10 minutes to make sure you hit every avenue.
Who's a
Or you
good
can just have
otter?
separate playlists or whatever. There you go. Even otters.
All right.
And make a fortune.
Who's a good platypus?
Okay, everybody. That's about as good place to leave it as any. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Friday, I guess. We'll catch you next time.
It's like on Scrooge when he said that they pets are watching TV now. They're a new demographic.
Of course.
That's right.
I like big Asian butts, and I cannot lie.